All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Uncut Never Filtered. Today you want to stick around because we'll be putting the alleged Stagg Killer Smokeye Hill Barrel Proof versus Stagg Batch 24D up next.
All right, so I bought in the Stagg 24D, which is the first time Stagg's ever released a D. Gave us the D. So,
Whoa.
First time Stagg's ever gave us the D. Buffalo Trace ever gave us a D. Maybe. It seems like sometimes they give us more D than what we expect.
Or handle.
That's right. Or it's typically what it is.
But this is the first time that they've given us 24D or a fourth batch. This fourth batch is 127.4 proof.
Ah.
It is rumored to be this many years old.
8.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the best I can do. But it's supposed to be delicious. I can't wait to try it.
So you can't wait to put D in your mouth. And against Stagg 24D, we have Smokeye Hill. This was Fred Minnick's Ascot Awards 2024 Blind Bourbon of the Year. It did upset in the competition George T. Stagg. Like we said, we haven't been able to acquire one of those George T, so we're going to have to deal with its little brother, Batch 24D. Smokeye Hill is age stated at 5 years. It's coming in at 134.2 proof. Masterfully crafted with heirloom blue corn.
Oh.
So blue corn is going to be the primary grain in this batch. It is juice sourced from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, i.e. I imagine MGP. And it is aged in new white oak barrels, like your typical 53 gallons, but also some of them are in 30-gallon barrels. And then out of all these barrels that go into the batch, they have different char levels. They're charred from anywhere from char level 2 all the way up to char level 5. Then they're batched together to get this alleged giant killer. A little higher proof. That's 134.
134. I thought you said 124. Oh,
No.
Lord.
So
Very
Nick's
well.
pants will be off here shortly.
They're already off. You just can't see.
What happened with the convoy? And hey! Huh. Why wouldn't you cover that up?
A warrior has nothing to be ashamed of.
So the rules are simple, gentlemen. We don't want to try to necessarily model guess what we're drinking in the cup. It's just which one do you prefer? So let's get into the tasting. We'll start with our left.
Start with the left.
To your health.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Fantastic color. A dark amber. Good legs on it.
Smells proofy.
Let's
It is.
see what the nose has to say.
Smells sweet.
Does smell sweet. Sweet and proofy.
Got some toffee coming through, a little bit of vanilla.
Yes. Very good. Very good nose.
I don't know, could this be the deed Phil's been searching for? Let's find out on the palate.
Quite excited and quite erect to try this bourbon.
She hot. That's a spicy meatball. So I'm gonna tell you what, that is a great mouthfeel. It's almost like you taste the barrel char.
It's very good.
The way it coats the mouth. So we'll coat the mouth. It does have a lingering hug, which I like. Big fan of that, especially with the proofier pours. But you can tell this is a uncut, non-filtered bourbon.
This is really good,
It
though.
is very good.
That barrel char note. Taste it right in the back of your throat, right there.
Right in the craw.
Right in the
Right in the
craw.
crawl. And that's good. And that's special.
Definitely lingers on the palate. Sweet,
It's very
proofy.
sweet. That's what I was about to say. Sweet and proofy. It's delicious.
Could this be the D that's tickling your cockles? We will find out shortly. Let's get into sample two. Let's do a little comparison here.
All right.
Don't mind if I do.
Another great dark amber color.
Sweet. Buttercream.
All day.
Oh,
Oh. Talk to it.
Yeah, I think it might just entered me. God dang.
It smells.
That might be the D you've been looking for, Tim.
I dare say.
Yeah, that's a great joke. 45 seconds after I said it, Phil said, yeah. Got me.
It's just as good. It's just as good. Don't pick on me.
I'm not picking on you.
I will already state
Ooh.
I prefer the nose on this one.
Yeah, a little bit more things going on. You could get a handful of different flavors on the nose.
2 hands. This. What's the palate saying, do you?
Well, first what you did, that's the Denby family secret.
It's all in. Come on. Work with me now. It's all in the head. Yeah, it's all in the ears.
It's all the technique.
That's right.
The palate's good. You get a little bit of sweetness, but it's more fire.
Yeah.
But it's very good. It's a very good pour.
Sweet. Again. Sweet and hot. Sweet and spicy. It's going to be close, gentlemen.
Yeah, so that one thing, even before we do the reveal and find out what we're drinking in the glass, it is comparable.
I got sweet. I got the oak. I got the vanilla. I got like a caramel.
Yep.
And you can smell the proof. You don't have to taste it. You can smell it in there before you even taste it. Good.
Ooh, going back to pour number 1, you get another nose of that. It smells like a fucking saloon.
Yeah.
That smells like a grown-ass man's fucking bourbon.
Yeah.
Smells a little smoky.
Still with the sweet, though, hitting me.
I'm getting tobacco now. Getting a little bit of sweet tobacco.
That's right.
This is what I envision someone looking like Phil back in the 1300s drinking. Big old beard comes in, double doors open up.
That's right. Best
Me
wide
want whiskey.
That's how the Cowboys talked, absolutely. My timeline might be off in the 1300s, but close enough.
How do they talk?
We just don't want to break the fourth wall here on our YouTube channel.
That's right. Me want whiskey.
Me want
He's a
whiskey.
fucking caveman.
What do you want?
Using a caveman.
What kind of whiskey, sir? D.
D.
Phil want D.
Hard D now.
Hard D. You mean high proof? Hard D.
Hard D. Damn, that's an hard D.
And he was escorted from the premises.
Yep. A shootout ensued.
Like, sir, we don't run that kind of brothel here.
That's right.
Man, back on the palate, you can tell this is also bringing its A game to the table. Still sweet. It's starting to have a little bit more nuance to it than when you tried it first. Sometimes maybe this bourbon unlocked a couple more of the palate profile of this bourbon. Let's get down to see what glass we prefer. So, Phil,
I'm going first, Filbert.
go from left to right.
I like the left glass more, the one with the green dot.
Okay.
I like that char taste. Palate on
Yeah.
the palate. Both of them have comparable noses,
Yep.
somewhat comparable taste, but this does have that char on it that's making it more complex, making it a little better.
Yeah. Mr.
Gentlemen.
Nick?
I will have to disagree. I think they're both very good and it is very close, but I'm going for the bourbon on the right. I liked how much of a hug it had and still held a lot of that sweetness in it. I mean, it's a very high proofy bourbon, but it held in there with that. It didn't stray away to where it was unbearable to drink, you know? It was very sweet. The nose I preferred initially. I like how proofy it was, but it still held a lot of the sweetness. I agree with you, right? The char flavor that was on the first one was very good. Now, here's the thing. This was a very small margin, right? I'm not picking this one because I think it's leagues above this one. They were very close. But just that the nose off of this one, the palate off of this one, the sweetness, the butterscotch I got, and then it kind of evolved a little bit into the oakiness and the caramel on the back end, and I liked how it lingered in the palate a little bit longer for me.
I hate when I'm the tiebreaker. But screw it. We're going to get into it. But I'm going to go ahead with the pour on the left, the green dot, and I'm going to echo a lot of Phil's point. Not to beat a dead horse, but you have a different level of... it tastes like you're just barrel char. It's just coating your mouth. The mouthfeel it gives your tongue, it feels like it's almost just floating and dissolving on your tongue. Great mouthfeel. Again, the more you drink it, the more, air's hitting it in the glass. It's opening up. It's going from that sweet profile. You're getting some other things. You're getting a little bit of sweet tobacco. I talked about it before. You're getting some sweet tobacco on the nose. Almost a little bit of toffee. There start to be, when I first had the first sip, sample 2, the one on the right, seemed like it had a couple more tricks up its sleeve. But as this opened up, it's the same. And to your point too, it's 1A, 1B. There's neither of them are bad. If I had to rate them out of 10, I mean, one's probably 8.3, the other one's 8.2,
Right.
And it could be any other Sunday, you could reverse the blind, and I might pick the other one. That's how good they are.
Mm-hmm. They're both extremely good.
On the profile, this one, you said, you put something in my head, and anytime you're drinking bourbon and giving notes, we call it the power of suggestion.
Yeah.
We've Jedi mind tricked each other a million times drinking bourbon. It pisses us off.
Yeah.
But you said sweet and sour. And on the second and third sips, going back at the sample on the right, you got that sweetness, but it's sort of a sour aftertaste. Not a disgusting sour, but sort of just the finish just wasn't what I wanted it to do. Add a more full round, a more all around finish, coating the palate, warm Kentucky hug, lingers. They both linger good, and I enjoyed both of them.
Oh yeah.
So what are we drinking?
All right. So our sample on the left, we were drinking Smokeye Hill Bourbon.
Really?
Smokeye Hill all day long. Sample on the right was the Stagg 24D. So before we break it down, there's one clear thing we could glean from this tasting. Nick Denby loves the D.
I do. Big fan.
Insatiable for the D.
That's right.
Cannot be completely pleased by just one sip of the D. You need multiple D's in that mouth to pick a winner.
I will gargle this after this video.
Holy shit, where'd you come from?
You know the old saying, better late than never.
Yeah. Little Punxsutawney Greg just popped up out of the hole.
Hey, who's going to turn down Stagg in a bourbon that I've heard rave reviews on, but never have?
Well, Smokeye Hill.
Smokeye.
Smokeye.
Hey, I've called some sockeye and some big eye. So,
Wasn't sure where that was going, but fishing.
I don't know.
No, that's good.
That was fishing.
That was good.
I got smoke pouring out the ears after these two high proof
Man,
drinks.
I just did a sip of the Smokeye, and man, woo! I've had Stagg before, but what a great bourbon.
That's 134 proof.
Yeah. Greg's first whiskey of the day.
It's
I wanna tell you.
134. Boom.
I'm gonna tell you, it don't drink like 100.
It does
No.
it so smooth. That's what we
Yeah.
were talking about.
And that's some of the things I noticed on the comparison. When you think of it, though, this drink, I thought
drank
the
hotter.
Stagg actually drank a little bit hotter than the Smokeye
Yeah.
Hill. And I think that's it, sort of given off. I talked about sort of, not a sour aftertaste, but there was something going on after it went down on the palate that didn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe attributed to that. But still, a very good pour. Towards the end there, you were starting to get the standard Buffalo Trace cherry. Sometimes I get confused with grape. I started to taste it a little bit, but again, it just drank so proofy that it overshadowed a lot of those typical Buffalo Trace
Yeah.
key tasting notes that you typically get off of them. But the Smokeye Hill, that's the one thing though. Blue heirloom corn. When you look at the profile of this on the distiller's website, talks about that blue corn will give a floral taste. I really didn't get that. I was getting sweetness.
I got a lot of sweetness, and maybe it could be floral, but I mean, I'm getting
You know, and maybe that's why, you know, I was a big Four Roses guy for a long time, so
true.
that's floral. So maybe that's why it's hitting my palate so right.
And you know, now that I've heard it, and as we said, the power of suggestion, I'm getting it on the nose. But I think that I going into blind, I think that floral and sweetness can be very easily interchanged. Yeah. You know, you get something sweet, something like a bright smell, but it's good. It's damn good.
It's really, that's definitely a buy for me. I'm gonna get one.
I'm gonna buy one, and I'm gonna trade Phil for his 24D.
That's
I'm gonna buy two, excuse me, so I have another one too.
So here's the question, you know, Stagg,
Wow, that's good too.
$55 MSRP.
If you can get it.
That's it. Extremely hard to get. $55. Spend a lot of time hunting, a lot of time wishing, praying, going around to different stores, and you just walk off with the D in your hand, right? $80 MSRP for the Smokeye Hill. Not sold in Virginia, but I got this one at sealbox.com, and I ordered it. It was here 3 days later.
Well, gentlemen, I think that solves the grand debate. 8.2 to 8.3. Availability aside, we have a bourbon here that is $30 cheaper than this bourbon.
If you get
Stagg
it,
wins.
if you get it for MSRP. See, talk to our friends in
Yeah, that's right.
Kentucky,
Yeah, what do you
or
say?
Maryland.
What do you say? $400 in Kentucky for a
Yeah.
Stagg?
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, we got some. Luckily, the draw, I got a bottle.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we lucked out on those.
Yeah, and that is true. Availability is huge when it comes to bourbon. If you can order it and get it in 3 days,
No.
Yeah.
and it's just as good, if not better, in some people's opinion about it, then yeah.
Yeah.
It's better.
Take shipping.
Phil
and
spoken.
Shipping and handling, is that accounted in
You know, we got
MSRP?
from the palate of tastes like bourbon to now, Phil's on it. I mean,
If you buy 3 bottles, it's free shipping.
well, we need to get
there
3
you
bottles.
$200 purchase, I believe, on that website will get you free shipping. Sometimes they just do sales too, where shipping's free.
Well,
Anything else?
Thank you for looking out for us.
You have
Tim.
little
I
faith?
appreciate that.
But normally I would ask
Just
him.
being a turd.
I just pulled the trigger so we can get it here and review it because a lot of sites have reviewed it. I mean, Ascot Award speaks for itself. It beat
Yeah.
2023 George C. Stagg hands down.
and it's good to know that we'll have free shipping on our next order.
That's right. So if you want to get in on that, hit us up in the comments.
Oh, I'm buying one 100%. That is very good.
Very good.
All right. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
It was a great time when you could sit down, 2 very good bourbons, and taste them. So, grateful for it. Stagg won, you know, besides what anybody else says, but, you know, it's a close second. Close second.
Yeah, we're just pulling at straws here. They're both.
It really
phenomenal
is.
pours.
They really are.
In my list of, I go through and start the year. Every new bourbon I have, I rank it. So my list of 2025, definitely 1 and 2. So
And you know, going back, what was your on your rating? I mean, because you're a little bit farther in the bourbon journey, and you're the alpha in the bourbon world. And the bourbon group.
it was after we had a big, huge fight at work today.
yeah. There you go. So
Yeah, I had to walk around the.
from us.
I had to walk I had to walk through the office and piss on everything. So they said they had my scent, so they didn't have to fuck with me.
So you said that the rating was very similar, right?
Absolutely. So I gave the Smokeye Hill an 8.3, Stagg Junior an 8.2, and again, it's just the nuance on the back end of the palate was the only thing that flipped it into Smokeye Hill's favor for me. It's still a great pour. I don't have a D batch. I wish I did. I have no D.
No D.
Yeah.
It's just a
$20 is $20.
just a bare patch of skin down there.
Yep. I look like a Ken doll.
And he does not have a penis. We don't have genitals.
That's okay. Yeah, whatever. It's cool. Yeah. I have all the genitals.
That's right.
So, Phil, anything to take us home, brother?
Take us out. I thought it was amazing that I'm obviously a Smokeye Hill fan. 100% over top the Stagg Hill. My buddy Nick said he's going to buy a Smokeye Hill and trade for this. And I was thinking, fuck nah, he ain't. I'm keeping this. Just because of FOMO, I'm going to keep a lesser bourbon.
What was that word again?
Whoa, it's 2025. You can't talk like that. Jesus Christ.
Come on, man.
FOMO.
Jesus.
I'm over.
Just because of FOMO. Fear of missing out.